Hello everyone! I bought this unexpectedly big Bluetooth speaker. It has FM radio, a lot of autonomy, and I paid 10 euros for it. So let's see if I got lucky and if I can fix it. Let's open the box and see what's inside. I hope it's not a bag of stones. So this thing comes in its original packaging, as you can see. Urban Box 5 Plus. Oh, it comes with a nice carrying bag. So, and it's not full of stones. That's a nice thing. So let's unbag it. Wow, it's in surprisingly good condition. It said on the selling page that it had a lot of use, but from what I'm seeing, it's completely new. We might have some luck. So it doesn't turn on. Whoops. It did a noise. Let's check. Yeah, if I long press, it gives just a pop. Let's see if it charges. Ooh, a box. Nice, it comes with the manuals and some stickers. Turn life into music. So, for 10 euros, it's not looking too bad until now. Let's see if it charges. So, let's use the original cable that came with it. Let's connect it to the USB-C port. Yeah, it feels positively connected. And let's see if it draws any amperage. Okay, it's charging at 1 amp and we have a red light. Until now everything seems to be suspiciously working. Let's wait for it to charge. Well, this thing charged up completely. I've turned it on again because it was switched off. So let's just check if rotating the USB-C makes any difference, but it doesn't. So yeah, let's try to turn it on. Yeah, it should turn on in 2 seconds time according to the manual, and I press it for 2 seconds and it doesn't do anything. So let's try to hold it more time and see if it pops. Nope. So it was popping when it arrived, but now it's not. So according to the manual, there's a hard reset button inside the auxiliary port, but I can only see a small metallic tab down there. So I will cut a cotton swab because it's non-conductive. It was full of flux. Yeah, now there's flux everywhere. So let's see if this thing presses any kind of button. Yes. Yeah, I feel a button being pressed, but nothing happens. Let me see if I need to press it more time. Nope, nothing. Well, we have to take it apart. First 2 screws. Yeah, and that's it. No more visible screws. I removed this cord. Will be a nightmare to put it back in, but it's easier to show what I found. So I've been looking around with my fingers, and I can feel the same way that there are 2 screws in here. I can feel 2 more here in the middle, here between these 2 buttons, and I can feel 2 more here in this side of the speaker. So we can start pulling this rubber up, and as you can see, this rubber membrane is held by adhesive. So if we start pulling, the membrane will peel off. Some of the adhesive will choose to which side it will stick. But now I'm able to access 4 more screws. Let's unscrew this. I thought they would free something. Oops, and they do. I've used a guitar picker to open up the speaker from this side, and this whole bar lifted up. So let's see if it does the same. Yep, we are in. Yeah, we have some enameled wires connecting to a Wi-Fi antenna, and we have a circuit board. So let's investigate if the circuit board is loose or if it's glued. Ooh, it does the pop thing. I want to take the circuit board out, and I can't find a good place to pull it. It feels like it's glued, but there are wires and connectors. So I'm imagining that these 2 that are together are the speakers, and these beefier ones that are here together are the battery. So I might try to remove this connector, but it's coming all together. Okay. I'll grab the multimeter to see how much charge it's in this battery. Voltage DC, and let's go. 4.12 volts. It's very, very well charged. So the battery and the battery charging circuit are fine. Oops. Yeah, it was glued and it ripped off the wires for the antenna. Nice. Idiot. This thing is the antenna for the FM radio, because the Bluetooth to connect to the smartphone would be here. Yeah, I think the wire was ripped from the inside of this package. Yeah, that's something we'll have to check later. So now I can come here and remove the speaker wiring, if the glue will let me, because the connectors want to come after it. No, we'll have to take it out here and put it back in the board. Why these things always do this? I always have the trouble of these things coming out connected or glued to the connectors themselves and not staying on the board. So now that we have the logic port out, let's check these two electrolytics and have a look at the board under the microscope to see if we can find anything wrong with this. This is the power button. It seems to be working fine because it does that pop. Here we have some sort of chip, might be related to the battery connector or to the microphone or something. The other USB port is fine, and the USB-C port, let me power on the auxiliary lights. Yep, the USB-C port looks fine, I guess. Yeah, it looks like new. Yeah, a bit of dust, but nothing special. There's the button down there. Yep, and this is the reset, so it also looks nice. Yep, from this side those capacitors look okay. These ones look okay also. I need to check the resistors, but yeah, from this side nothing special to report. Let's go over to this side. I would imagine that this thing is a Bluetooth controller of some sort. Here this stuff might be yeah, more or less the brain of the speaker. What is, yeah, this is the capacitor terminals, two diodes I think, a coil that doesn't look too bad, 3 transistors that don't look bad either. Yeah, they might be related to the battery charging circuit, which we already know it's perfectly fine because the battery is charging perfectly. And here we have stuff related to the USB-C and card reader and everything, and the radio FM functions probably. That's where I ripped this wire from. It looks enormous on the microscope, but it's very thin. Next thing we have to do is check for shorts on all the capacitors. Multimeter in continuity, and let's check for shorts. Nothing. Speakers produce a lot of vibrations, so let's check if all the pins on the ICs are solid. Yeah, I might reflow some of these pins. Hi there, this is RETROFIX voiceover, and from now on I did everything. I will not bore you to death with that, so I'll tell you what I did. I checked for shorted capacitors again, I've measured all the resistors, I've reflown all the ICs, I checked the clock oscillator with the oscilloscope, and I've even removed it from the board and tested it on the crystal tester. I checked the capacitance and the ESR of the electrolytic capacitors, and I checked the buttons for continuity. So the only thing that I've confirmed is that the power button is directly connected to the Bluetooth chip. So I thought that the Bluetooth chip was acting weird, and I found a board on AliExpress that has the exact same chip, so I've bought it and I've replaced it. Let's see how that goes. Spoiler alert, I'll be right back. So I have my bench power supply in 3.7 volts. Let's hook it up and see if there's any difference in behavior. Yeah, it's off, 0 amps consumption. I turn it on and it does some kind of startup sequence. So let's put the board back into the speaker and see if we have any difference. But the behavior is already different, so I have my small hopes for this thing are getting a bit bigger. I hope I'm not overconfident about it. So yeah, let's try to connect this to the speaker and see what are the differences. So yeah, I was in a hurry to test this and I forgot to turn on the camera, but yeah, it turns on and this blue LED starts flashing like crazy, and yeah, nothing happens. No, it doesn't matter if I increase the voltage. No. Yeah, it's doing something, but it's not doing what it was supposed to do, and I'm sad about it. So do you have any other clue about this? I don't know. I'm lost. I don't know where else to check. So now it turns on. It does a different behavior, so maybe the Bluetooth chip was not okay, but probably there's more stuff that with these speakers. Well, I'll have to quit here and call it a dead speaker, even though it looks absolutely brand new, and that makes me sad, because I would like to have a speaker of this size and of this quality to put on my office. So yeah, let's close it like this, and I'll get back to it if I remember something. So thank you very much for watching, and I hope I can fix something the next time. Bye!